I've never said that out loud. I've never said that to anybody, but the surgery that he performed when I was 16 ruined my life. Hi, I want to start off before I say anything by saying I'm incredibly, insanely grateful for the amount of effort my healthcare team has put in to helping me. That being said, I have had enough. I've had enough with the bullshit healthcare system that the United States claims to say that they have an amazing healthcare system, which is complete bullshit. And I know people are finally starting to see it, but I've seen it for years, and I've kept my mouth shut because I'm terrified. I'm terrified that people will see what I've been through and see me talking about it and then treat me like crap. But the thing is, I've been treated like crap for years, and I've had enough. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going through shit like this and having people tell me that there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can do to help me. There's nothing they can offer. There's no advice. There's nothing they could say that could help me. I said I was not going to cry about this because I want to go live later, and I'm not about to ruin makeup that I just spent like an hour and a half doing. I'm going to start from the beginning. I've made plenty of videos explaining what I have and what I've gone through, and right now I want to start from the beginning, being completely truthful about how things really went down throughout these last few years, because I feel like I have been tortured by the healthcare system. I feel like I have been tortured by the healthcare system. When I was 15 years old, I got diagnosed with medullary sponge kidney by a doctor named, I don't want to say his name because I don't want to get sued, but we're gonna say his name is Ryan Booty, okay? He is a well-known physician urologist in Oregon. He was my surgeon. He's the one that diagnosed me and who has been along with everything in this journey since I've been diagnosed. I was diagnosed at 15, and when he saw me, I had like 20 kidney stones in each kidney. That's not an exaggeration. It was extremely dramatic and traumatizing to find out that I had that many kidney stones in my body, and to find out on top of it that I have a birth defect that increases the odds of making more kidney stones. My first surgery was when I was 16. They did a double ureteroscopy procedure. It's basically where they take a camera, a laser, and a basket to break through a wall in my kidney specifically because of the condition I have, and then laser and break up the stones and catch them, take them out. That surgery did not go well for me. I woke up in the craziest amount of pain, the most pain I've ever felt in my life. I was not told ahead of time how painful that surgery would be, or the risks were not clear to me as well. I was the patient, but I was a minor, meaning my parents, you know, mostly were in charge of what I was doing and healthcare wise, and I was not clear on the risks for this surgery, because if I would have been, I never would have done it. I would have rather passed 1 million more stones than I've ever putting myself through that surgery, because it ruined my life. I've never said that out loud. I've never said that to anybody, but the surgery that he performed when I was 16 ruined my life. And this man knows exactly who he is. He knows how I feel. The person that performed my surgeries messed up my very first surgery, and it left me with permanent nerve damage in my kidney on the left side. So I now have chronic pain since I was 16 years old. And the thing that I don't talk about enough, and that's why people truly do not understand what I'm talking about when I say that I go through hell. I have a chronic pain daily, all day, 24/7, of an 8 out of 10 in my kidney, in the front and the back. Things for me like showering, taking my dog on a walk, doing dishes, going up a flight of stairs. Every single day it's 50-50. I could end up in the hospital for no absolute reason. You won't see it coming, or you'll feel a few symptoms. For those of you that have kidney problems as well, I'll say this, like, you'll feel a few symptoms, but things can get terrible for absolutely no reason in 5 seconds. It happened to me just over this past weekend. I threw up 8 times in a 4-hour period. I just had to do labs today. I have so much going on with me physically that I haven't been to work in like a week and a half. You know, I thank God that my manager is understanding, because I wouldn't be at this point. I've been out of work for a long time because I physically cannot do it. I got sick at work and had to go home, and everything's been so crazy. And the thing is, like, he messed up that surgery. I've had this chronic pain for 5 years now, and I struggle with basic human functioning activities and things. It took my teenage years. It ruined my high school experience. It's prevented me from jobs, a lot of jobs. I've had to leave or quit, and some of them are on good terms, some of them are on bad terms. And I continued to do these surgeries even after he messed up the first one, because on top of the chronic pain, I would still get kidney stones and have to pass them. I specifically, personally, have small ureters, and so when I pass stones, it's 50-50 whether or not I can actually pass them without surgery. When I was married, I had to have another surgery right after my wedding, and it definitely 1000% affected my marriage. While I was married, I was in and out of the ER every other weekend for a year. I was in and out of the ER for every other weekend, and my ex-husband was a part of that. He was constantly leaving work, or, you know, driving me to the ER, or following the ambulance to the ER, or talking to my doctors. Like, it put a very big strain on all my relationships. It definitely takes a toll on me mentally. And the thing is, like, I get told by people, specialists, doctors, nurses, that there's nothing more they can do. I've done physical therapy, I've done, what's it called, acupuncture, I've done physical therapy, acupuncture, I've had surgeries, I do yoga, I do my PT stretches, I do a combination of Tylenol and Advil. I've also used opioids, and that brings me to my next point, which is because of the addiction in opioids, they're very hesitant to give me long amounts of opioids, and I completely agree with the plan, so I'm not complaining about that part. The thing is, I wish that they would have come up with something by now that helped pain but was not addictive. It's no secret that I use marijuana to help my chronic everyday pain, and I stand by that. I think anyone that has what I have, or, you know, chronic pain issues, I highly recommend marijuana, if your state is legal, of course. But I continued having surgeries, and at this point I have a lot of damage in my left kidney. I've also had an insane, ridiculously long amount of CT scans, which are full of radiation, as well as x-rays. And I'm a clumsy person, so I get hurt a lot on top of the kidney issues. I wanted to talk about this because people really assume, from what I say, if I don't share enough details, people make assumptions that I can live like everybody else, or that the pain will go away, or they'll make the assumption that, like, oh, they'll just find something someday. You know, I love it when people are hopeful, but the thing is, I'm realistic, and I've been told by one too many doctors that they have no option, no cure right now, nothing that will fix it. And from my understanding, they are not focused on a cure for me, for people with the rare kidney birth defect. You know, it's understandable with the pandemic going on, but seriously, like, people do not talk about the struggle of the healthcare system in the United States enough, because I've had enough of getting the same suggestions for managing chronic pain that is so severe. It has given me suicidal thoughts. And that's also something I have never, ever, ever, ever planned to talk about publicly. But at this point, I feel like not saying something does more damage than saying something. You know, telling the truth about the way you're treated in the healthcare system and being disabled. And, you know, it's affected so much of my life, and there doesn't seem to be any concern except for my specific care team. You know, they have tried their hardest to help me through this, and they are doing an amazing job. They're doing what they can, but I'm so frustrated. I'm so frustrated that the pandemic and everything else going on has taken over time for other health issues to be researched and come up with trials or cures or things that you could try. I myself have had to brought surgeries that I partly came up with based on my research of this kidney condition to the specialist in Oregon. And the thing is, the funniest part is that he was like, oh yeah, that's an interesting idea. You know, I was helping this man try to come up with my own treatment. That is how bad this healthcare system is. And the last thing he said to me was that if I didn't like his care and his suggestions, I could get a second opinion. That was what was said to me when I came to him saying, I can't deal with this chronic pain, I need a solution, I need to do something about my left kidney. His reply, thank you, sir, thank you for doing your lawn right now, that's very nice of you, that's very nice of you. His response to me saying that is, if you don't like what I'm doing, you can find a second opinion. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit garbage doctor who should have lost his license a long fucking time ago. A long fucking time ago. I have no damn respect for you. You ignorant, selfish son of a bitch. I've had enough meeting with doctors who are more concerned about addiction than someone being in such severe pain that they want to kill themselves. I'm not talking about this for pity or attention. I'm talking about this because I never speak up to them about what they're doing. I never speak up to anybody about what they're doing to me personally. I keep it all hidden. I don't talk about it. I don't talk about it with family. Sometimes I talk about it with friends or significant others, but it's rare that I ever go into this detail. And I really needed to say it. I needed to get it off my chest for the sake of my mental health. I know this video was super all over the place and I would have planned it, but this was not something I wanted to talk about. This was not something I planned to film or ever talk about publicly, and I had to just go off what I'm thinking because this is all stuff that are currently still issues. 5 years later, I'm still dealing with the same severe chronic pain, the same solutions that go round and round that they think helps slightly so they don't have to keep trying other things, and I'm just sick of it. I created this channel to be able to talk about my health issues because that's when it started, was 15. I created my channel when I was 15, and this is exactly why. I love telling story times, I love doing vlogs, but this is exactly what I needed from my channel, was to be able to discuss the disgusting treatment of people in the United States with the healthcare system. I love you all so, so much. I have to go rest again. I'm dealing with an ovary infection and a kidney stone, so I've been doing labs. I've been on antibiotics for the last week or so. I love you all so, so much. Like and subscribe and comment down below what you want to see next.